Welcome back. Let's listen before. Okay, Chinasa is in the studio, right? Okay, we have to welcome Chinasa Boye first. Before we listen to those Nigerian players who are talking about their performance at the Badminton Classics that happened at the weekend. Chinasa, good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning, Cecilia.
How you doing?
Good morning,
I'm good.
Good morning, Chinasa.
How was your weekend?
Beautiful morning, right?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
No shocks, no surprises for you.
No.
From where exactly?
Surprises, Hamilton winning the...
Okay. Miracle, right?
Yeah.
Miraculous one. Let's take reactions from the badminton players.
It was a great tournament because we were able to compete at a high level performance, and it's another level to show how improved we are. We were able to illustrate the kind of training we had in Indonesia, and it was a good one.
We have to move out of Nigeria to Africa, extend it to Europe, Asia, because the kind of training they have there, it's very different. I went to Denmark like few months, so and I compared the training there, it's very different. I think, and that is the gap between us, not that we can't beat them.
Okay, that's Dorcas there, talking about her performance. But then president of the board has also, be talking about Nigerian players' performance and what they feel they can do to ensure that they get the best out of these players. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I just ask one.
The president, Francis Obi.
Obi, yes.
The BFN president. Interesting. It's come out to say, I mean, they want to keep improving the sport. And Chinasa, badminton, not traditionally the biggest sport in Nigeria, but it's always good to have all these, lesser sports in quotes, gain prominence, and that seems to be what the president, Francis Obi, is doing.
Definitely, they've been doing that for a while, and I'm happy with the development of that sport. Like you said, one of the lesser sports in Nigeria, not too much of a following, but hey, the federation still doing their thing, trying to put the sport out there, trying to get sponsors, trying to develop players, which is all you can ask for.
That's all you can ask for. Fantastic, the players as well. So I imagine a lot of them that cannot afford to, travel for the badminton tours, international ones. They look forward to this kind of events. That's the opportunity to get to play against the Indians, against the Egyptians, against the best players from across the world.
That's the way it is, and that's why the president has identified different ways they can actually improve on what they've had so far.
Last year, for me and for the board, is confidence building for our players. This year we had our players in quarterfinals, we had them in semi-finals, so they are beginning to believe that they can do it. So the target and the goal we want to achieve next year, 5th edition, Nigeria will play in the finals of some of the events, and by God's grace, we will pick some of the titles.
Okay, we just heard from Francis Obi right now talking about all that. Okay, let's move away from the badminton classics now. Talk about this one. I mean, one of the shocks of the weekend for me. I was asking you earlier, that you talked about Hamilton miraculously winning from 14th, to winning the German Grand Prix. But then also in Germany, that same night, we had the story coming from Mesut Ozil saying he's done with the German international team. We checked, okay, how many times has he played for Germany? 92. I mean, that's huge. But if you look at his age, you'd say it's too early for him to announce that. But then remember there was a time that his father actually said he should, leave the national team because he was being the scapegoat there. Everyone's talking about him, talking about his Turkish origin, talking about how he met with the Turkish president and all that. And no one is really, in association with simply because of what's going on in Turkey and all that, bringing politics into it and everything. And then the racism, steps in and all that. What do you make of all this?
I wouldn't say I was surprised with his decision because I think the criticism has been unfair to the man. He's done his best anytime he's put on that jersey. He's played his heart out, and now belittling everything he's been doing for the German national team to race and his immigration issues, where he's from, where his father is actually from, his ancestral heritage and all whatnot. It's crazy, and the way Germany didn't perform well as a team at the World Cup. Why would one man be singled out? He had a photo up with the Turkish president, and it became a lot of issue.
The background
before the World Cup, you know, we were and whether you like it or not, it would have played a part in the team morale at the World Cup, because if you look at it, the German team, or they also have players of different origins, and you know, so they some of them might have felt today is Ozil, tomorrow it might be me. Do you understand? So you don't know how it affected the spirit in the camp and all whatnot. And for him to come out and make the decision, I'm not surprised, and I think I'm.
You think it's the right thing for him to do?
I support Ozil here, yes, because you can only take so much.
Will he really be missed? Because we're looking at his stats. I mean, 92 times he's capped for the country, 33 assists, 23 goals. I mean, player of the year for the German national team. I mean, that was 5 times. Then he won the World Cup with them and all. And if you check at that time, I mean, he was. All the times he's played, I mean, out of 27, I mean, here's the major tournaments we're talking about now. Out of 28 possible games, he has started 27.
That's huge. Yes.
So that's huge. So I'm looking at the stats. I'm like, is it really going to be missed?
Of course, every player that contributes something important to a team will be missed when they leave. But that doesn't mean that the team will not continue and find a way to progress after all that. Yes, will he be missed? Definitely he will be missed. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking at the German team, I'm looking at the man, Ozil, and his decision that he has made. And I think for his sanity, for his peace of mind and everything, I think he made the right choice.
Interesting, Chinasea, definitely not surprised by a decision of Mesut Ozil to call it quits as a Germany international. It came out yesterday and was a very lengthy, very long statement. But we have the main quote from Mesut Ozil and why he's announced his retirement from international. Says with heavy heart, after much consideration, that because of recent events, I will no longer be playing for Germany at international level. While I've been feeling this feeling of racism and disrespect, I used to wear the German shirt with such pride and excitement, but now I don't. The decision has been extremely difficult to make because I have always given everything for my teammates, the coaching staff, and the good people of Germany. When high-ranking DFB officials treat me as they've done, disrespect my Turkish roots, and selfishly turn me into a political propaganda, then enough is enough. Really, I mean, it's mentioned names, the DFB. That's supposed to be the governing body for football in the country. That's serious.
The president of the DFB, you know, talked about the fact that the man is, in Ozil's words, the man is pushing an agenda, you know, he has a political ambition, and maybe trying to use him to score cheap political points and all whatnot. So he came out on guns blazing, he named names, you know, and so it's what it is. He also, of course, absorbed his team, his coaches, Joachim Löw and Oliver Bierhoff, saying they had done all they could do, but the main man here that was actually pushing everything, according to Ozil, is the DFB president.
So this is, I mean, it's done now. Let's say, okay, he's retired. But do you see do you see him actually rescinding this decision?
I don't think so.
I mean, considering it's still young,
like I said, it's not like this is the first time. You know, this is just, I think, the biggest one out of everything. You know, with the whole storm of he's taking a picture with the president. But we've always had snide remarks here and there about his. You see where fans have said, go back to Turkey. You know, or making chants about him and all whatnot. So I think it's something he's really given a lot of thought, and I don't think he would be turning back. No.
Okay, so that's the wish. Mesut Ozil all the best
in
international retirement. I imagine Arsenal fans
will be happy, right? I mean, full focus on them right now. This morning, Ulande has actually joined the team in Singapore for the pre-season training. Hopefully, he can give his best to the team, despite the fact that some stories from around somewhere, someone saying, okay, yeah, what has he really done for the national team, man? You know, he's not really too good of a player. But I think Mesut Ozil, from what he has done, from the position he plays, scoring 23 goals, international career goals, that's huge for a player. We're still searching for who can give us 20, right? Okay. All right, that's it on the Mesut Ozil now. Let's move to other controversial. Yeah, he's a very good player, but I don't know why he's facing all kinds of criticism. But then the good thing is, he's going to be staying with PSG. So, Real Madrid, back off.
Well, Real Madrid already came out, released a statement that they're not interested in signing Neymar. But for PSG fans, I mean, you know, transfer window, you can understand if some of them get apprehensive. Are we about to lose this player that we just got last season? but he's come out to say, guys, I'm not going anywhere. Actually, this season, I've got a huge target, and that's to win the Champions League with the Paris side. So, I mean, we can look at this from two angles in terms of winning the Champions League. How feasible is that? And the fact that he says he's going to stay with PSG. Do you actually believe what's coming out of Neymar's mouth now, or is this there trying to make the fans feel safe?
Well, you could. Let's take the man's words for what it is. You know, he's come out to say he's not going anywhere, that he's staying, and let's believe him. Because at the end of the day, look at the PSG team. He is the player that they want to build this team around. Don't forget that they also have another young prodigy in Kylian Mbappe. You know, they signed a veteran goalkeeper in Buffon, and I still expect them, with the cash they have, to still make some signings and all whatnot. So yeah, it's just the start of something. We also saw it in England, where Manchester City started their revolution, you know, getting players here and there until they were able to win that league title. One Aguero scored in the last minute. So yes, I think he's noticed, or he has seen, or he believes that this is the start of something special, and he can be the cornerstone, you know, the main piece with which everything hangs on. And maybe he has looked at it and said, you know what, let me be with these guys and let me make this thing happen, and so that I can have the satisfaction of leading this team to glory.
Which is what he wanted to do, and that's why he left Barcelona. He wanted to be the main man, in quotes, now, and he's got the opportunity, and there's no point running away now, right?
Yeah.
Does he really have the maturity to be the star? I mean, he's a star player, no doubt. Does he really have the maturity to actually lead a team like PSG to the Champions League? He wants to be the main man and everything. Does he have it?
He is a young man.
Yes.
He's only going to mature. Do you understand? He's only going to mature with time. We've seen players evolve over time as they age, and I think Neymar would. This is after everything that transpired this season with the World Cup, and you know, he would take his time. I think he would have an introspective look, see where he can change his game, what things he needs to change, especially his mentality, his attitude, the theatrics everybody talks about, and how to cut out some things from his game. You remember Cristiano Ronaldo? Early years, he was all about showboating, trying to go past 5 players, but he fine-tuned this game as he got older. So maybe Neymar too will just, you know, with time he'll begin to cut out some of the unnecessary things in his game and focus, you know, try and fine-tune his game into becoming that leader. He's been Brazilian captain. He led them at the Olympics. You could say it's an underage competition, but you could see what he meant, carrying the hopes of the whole country on his shoulder after what happened at the 2014 World Cup. You know, that was huge pressure, and he was able to do that. So I think
he can also handle pressure when it comes to PSG winning the Champions League. How we say Real Madrid? They won it 3 times back to back. But Ronaldo is gone, Zidane is gone. So I think that jinx will be broken when this season starts. Come on, how can you have 1, 2, 3, not 1 or 2, 3 back to back?
Real Madrid will not win the Champions.
I mean, they wouldn't win the Champions.
League in how long now? 10 years.
Don't win again, so someone need to win something fresh and new. That's what we want. What's coming up from United camp?
Let's go to Manchester United now, where Jose Mourinho has been reacting. They're in the USA, getting ready for the incoming season. And Jose, the manager, I mean, it's been all about Anthony Martial. Everyone wants to know what's going to happen, what's up with his future. Martial has been reported to have told Jose that he wants to leave. He doesn't want to play for United anymore. But Jose's come out to say, young man, in life, basically, you don't get everything that you want. This man is just something else. Cecilia, that's what he has to say on the request of Martial to leave United.
Yeah, he said, I would like to be in Los Angeles now, and I'm in San Jose. You cannot do whatever you want in life. I would love to arrive in LA, to train in LA, and play all my 5 matches in LA, and then don't travel, don't change hotel, and then go back to Manchester. But this is not possible. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, I would also like to play against Leicester on the first weekend of the Premier League season on Sunday, but I have to play on Friday, so you don't always get what you want in life. What's he referring to? Martial said he wants to leave. He said, okay, fine, you want to leave, but not all the time that you get what you want.
You see,
simply say, you're not going anywhere, man.
We're still in the realm of conjecture here. We were not sure. Like you said, I like what Tayo used. Tayo said reportedly. You know, yes, his agent came out to say at the end of the season that it's time for Martial to leave, that Martial wants to leave. But Martial himself has not said anything yet.
We haven't heard it.
So I think we'll just we'll keep watching this drama.
Okay. We'll watch this space. All right, we'll go for our final break now. We'll come back and look at the papers.